All right, John Krasinski here with Jordan Smith. We're decked out in our Pittsburgh Soccer Now hoodies.
All new.
Exciting 3 days, 8 games in 3 days. We've seen some really exciting soccer the last 3 days. But we're going to focus on the 2 matches that just took place here Saturday evening. The 3A title. West Allegheny comes in as the number 1 seed, but Hampton knocks them off. It was an impressive performance by Hampton to really shut down West Allegheny. A hard-fought match. It came down to really a really good player making a couple big plays in Zach Panza.
Right, yeah, he scored the game-winning goal, but not only that, he made a save on the goal line. I mean, unbelievable, playing goal line to goal line. A great central mid player for Hampton, so unbelievable for them. West A just still snake bit after all these years. They can't get that WPIAL title. Well, they have won, but it's just been a while. They've put out such great teams, just weren't able to get it done today. Undefeated coming in until today, I think 19, 20-0, 21-0, something like that.
21-0.
21-0, yeah. And Hampton was just finally the team to do it. But West A, they definitely have a shot at states. I mean, if they have a rematch against Hampton, I wouldn't be surprised if they were to beat them, but we'll see what happens moving forward.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of talk at the end of the match. I mean, in 3 days and 8 games, I mean, there were some concerns about some of the officiating. It was, to me, it was the usual stuff.
Yeah.
It was more, like, oh, this is there was a controversial offside call in the Steel Valley game.
Right, yeah.
Where they beat Greensburg Central Catholic. Those are human error kind of mistakes that can be made in these situations. Sometimes with the thing that usually that for us, for a lot of the people that know the game really well, it's those avoidable mistakes that officials would make. So I didn't see too much of that. Obviously, The most difficult are those late in the game twice today, 1-goal games where it got physical in the box. A player went down. West Allegheny wanted the call late. They were pushing.
Yeah.
They didn't get it. Maybe one of the two of those. There were 2 in the last 5 minutes. 2 plays where they had a legitimate.
Yeah, they had an argument.
They had an argument.
Yeah.
And they didn't get the call. I mean,
No.
Sometimes it's tough. It just doesn't go their way.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Even in the pros or in college, it's tough to get that call in the final 5-10 minutes to get that PK call that you want. It's rare. I think the refs were at their best that I've seen throughout the season in this WPIAL final games here. I think they did a pretty good job. A couple occasional things, they went wrong. But overall, they did okay. And the game we just watched here, Seneca Valley beating Peters, was an excellent match to watch. Seneca Valley scoring 3 goals. Nathan Prex, their top forward senior, scored his 34th and 35th goal today. Yeah, he was unbelievable.
What a season he's had. And he even said just now, I just interviewed him, last year he had like 7 goals.
Yeah.
And now he's elevated his game, got to a certain status. And, he starts off with he's got the ball on the left edge of the box. And he finds that spot, and he's in his zone right now, and he nails it.
Yeah, that first goal was unbelievable. I mean, just an incredible finish. And he was causing issues for them all game. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get the hat trick, honestly, because he was great. But their midfield, I mean, they just dominated. They constantly got possession. Like Bob Dyer, the Peters head coach, was saying, they were just chasing the ball a lot. And that's really what it came down to, is Peters was just getting tired and worn out, running around, running circles. And Seneca Valley just played their game and had that early 2-0 lead and finished it off winning 3-1.
And their depth has always, even though they lost a lot of key seniors from a state championship team a year ago, Seneca Valley, it just seems like they reload.
Yep.
They come out and they just bring numbers at you, and again, very impressive. So 3-1 in the Quad A or the 4A final. Seneca Valley beats Peters Township, and then of course in the 3A final on the boys' side, West Allegheny falls. Kind of a mild upset to Hampton. So hats off to the winners today, and really even the losers. I mean, Peters Township and West Allegheny, I think any one of those 4 boys teams that played today, I think still have a legitimate shot at making it to the PIAA final.
Oh, for sure. Especially West A. I mean, they won in 2018, so they've done this before, and they've made it to the state finals in the past as well. So they got a good shot. Bill Jamos and his son, they're ready to get back at it and finish off on a high note, for sure.
Yeah. And there's disappointment. Some of the players are going to, it might linger for a day or two, but they're going to bounce back, and the state playoffs will be right on board. So, again, we're recapping. It's been, like I said, 3 days, 8 games. The earlier games today, both 2-1 results on the girls' side. We finally saw Avonworth after playing North Catholic last year, losing to them in the finals. North Catholic had won 2 consecutive coming into this year WPIAL championships in the 2A level, but Avonworth nipped them in the bud. Fiona Mann got the game winner. Very exciting stuff. And then, of course, in the second game, Mars did pull off the three-peat.
Yeah,
the Mars Fighting Planets, the women's girls program there. It's just Blair Gerlich it's just like a well-oiled machine, and they've won yet another WPIAL championship. They have their sights set on another PIAA championship, and we shall see what will happen there. But really impressive performances. And Mars, Seneca Valley, those 2 teams stand out, really cream above the rest. The Seneca Valley boys, the Mars girls, I mean, the sky's the limit for both programs.
Oh, yeah, for sure. The Mars head coach, I was watching the post-game interviews, he said, this team had a lot of pressure after losing some talent from last year. Caulfield's older sister now playing at Pitt. Obviously, they lost some talent, but I think you're the one who said only 1 goal they've allowed in their past 3 years throughout their whole playoff runs. Only 1 goal allowed, and that was today the one they allowed, but still won 2-1. So, I mean, just incredible defense. I mean, that just shows how dominant this program has become.
Absolutely. So it was a very exciting 3 days. So what would be your highlight of the 3 days?
Trying to think of the games that I saw live. I mean, Prex's goal there, that first one, it wasn't the game winner, but just the first one right off the bat, 10 minutes in. Probably the most beautiful goal of the weekend, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
And probably Panza's goal line save. I thought it was better than the goal.
Panza's goal line save against West
something.
Allegheny. Just absolutely fabulous. The pressure was coming, and a big player made a big play.
Yeah.
And I thought, Keller Chamovitz for Quaker Valley, I mean, what a performance. 4 goals.
Yeah.
And just what he did on that left side. I think North Catholic knew he was there. They tried to shut him down. They shut him down for about maybe the first 35 minutes or so, and then after that, they just unleashed.
Yeah.
And really were just way too much. So Quaker Valley, another team that I think the boys' side could go very far in the state.
Yes, 10 WPIAL finals now. I mean, another incredible program with several amazing coaches. So many you could name. So, yeah, congrats to them, and congrats to all the teams that came out this weekend. Even the runners-up, good luck to them moving forward in the state playoffs.
Yeah, and then just before we sign off, just, again, the human interest note, just a lot of very amazing, interesting human interest stories throughout the course of the few days. We saw a coach from Greensburg Central Catholic went into labor that morning, so her assistant coaches jumped in and did a great job, and we saw a player who quit halfway through the season only to come back and score a game-winning goal. We saw two freshman young ladies score goals who had fathers as coaches. And scored game-winning goals in overtime. I mean, these are some of the things that we'll probably remember that will be the lasting memories of these 8 games in 3 days.
Yeah, some incredible stories. And, it's something else to see what a lot of these people go through. And, Greensburg Central Catholic, the head coach goes into labor, and their one assistant, I think she was doing most of the coaching. I forget her name off the top of my head, but she was a previous player, and she started helping them out 3 weeks ago.
Right.
So I think they were preparing for this.
They were prepared for that, sure.
And, they did a great job. They just couldn't get the win.
Right, they couldn't get the win. All right, so it was very exciting. time, and we're looking forward to. We love doing this every year, and we'll continue to do it. Jordan, thank you for your time and for your energy and for your all the work.
Yep, thank you.
Kudos out to Matt Popchak, who helped us out this week, and of course, we cannot finish this without saying thank you to Ed Thompson and Ed Rosensteel. But Ed Thompson, I mean, the photos just kept coming, and he was the one. He was our. He's our most durable player,
our
because
backbone, yeah.
eight games. He was here for every one of the 8 games.
Yep.
Fantastic images. You'll just check those out on Pittsburgh Soccer Now. So again, we're signing off. Another great weekend of WPIAL soccer finals. Until next time, thanks for supporting Pittsburgh Soccer and watching all of our content.
Thank you.